What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy, the Dreadman, is back with Dreadman Sports Podcast. I'm your host here with my boys, Flipside and Walter Todd. What's going on, fellas?
Not much, man. Not much, man. Not much. How's it going?
No worse for the wear. Just now got off work, which, for my guys who are my YouTube and my Facebook audience, sorry for the delay. Oh, yeah, just another quick thing before we get the show started. Um, this is kind of important. It's kind of a milestone for me because I first started my YouTube/video making career October 2nd, 2008. That's when I made my YouTube account, but I didn't make my first video until October 18th. So I've been on YouTube for 10 years now. Clap it up for me.
10 years, man. A decade on you.
Yeah,
That's
5,500 subscribers, over 2 million views, and I made a lot of friends and built a lot of relationships. So yeah, that does mean something. So everybody who's on my YouTube page, I got something special planned for October 18th, so stay tuned for that. But let's go on and review week 4. Week 4 is in the books, and okay, let me go ahead and address this. Let's address the elephant in the room. If you are an under 500 team and it's already 1/4 of the way of the season's already a fourth of the way over, do you worry?
no, not at all. For real.
Yeah, because like I said, you don't really see who teams really are. You don't see teams' true colors until about weeks 5 through 8. That's when you start to get a better picture of teams who teams really are. And that's when a lot of trades are finalized and free agency and all of that stuff. And there could still be some movement around. So I mean, a lot of teams' true identities have not been revealed yet. But we'll start to see teams' true colors around week 5 through 8. But yes, let's go ahead and talk about it. Game of the week for week 4 for you guys. For me, it had to be Philly and Tennessee, mainly because I did not expect the ending. I really did not expect. I mean, I said Philly by 6 in my prediction, but Tennessee won by 3. But what do you guys think? What is your game of the week for last week?
My game of the week had to be Bengals and Falcons.
Oh yes.
Tennessee and Eagles was close, so I was watching that Bengals Falcons game all the way through, and it was pretty entertaining, man. I had a had a fun time watching that, especially when I saw AJ Green catch that ball and then they turned it over and he just manrolled it and got another one in there for the win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. They're lucky.
Yeah, it seems that way. But Walter Todd, what do you think? Who do you got for your game of the week?
Also for me, I think I could definitely lean towards the Falcons Bengals game. I think we all kind of hit the nail on the head. I think we all thought it'd be a high scoring game. It was pretty entertaining. But sneakily, I guess that Oakland Cleveland game came out of nowhere. I wouldn't have guessed that would be the highest scoring game of the week.
Oh yeah.
42 to 45. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. And John Gruden's first win back after that long hiatus was obviously good to see. But Nick Chubb was crazy. The numbers he put up. Baker Mayfield, even with despite the 4 turnovers, like it still feels like that offense, that team in general, that franchise has a little like a jolt of life. Like I can't remember the last time the Browns put 42 points.
Me either.
So I mean that's definitely something. But yeah, that was an exciting game. It was very close. I mean, Browns they almost were pretty close to having another tie on their record, which was hilarious. But no, it was a very very entertaining game. You could argue that they may have gotten robbed in that game.
Yeah.
It's very possible, but it was an entertaining game. I was quite fun.
All right. Now, who do you guys think was the most improved team of the week? Who basically bounced back worse from their performance last time? For me, it's the Green Bay Packers. I think they bounced back better than any. Well, or you could actually say the Chicago Bears. I mean, because come on, they dropped 48 on Tampa Bay. Man.
What about the Patriots? I would say the Patriots. That was amazing.
Well, the Patriots were kind of supposed. We were kind of expecting the Patriots to win that game, but if you want to say the Patriots, I'll give it to you. It don't really matter if they were at home or not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're at home. home. They're going against teams in their division that's on top of the division, 3-0. Everyone's talking about maybe the Patriots are slipping a little bit. Maybe Belichick and Brady have lost the step, and then they went out there and just put the Dolphins to the bullshit. And they just Brady has some vintage plays, and even though Josh Gordon didn't have as big of an impact, it's still out to me. I mean, I think they're slowly going to start integrating him more. And once you start running that playbook, it's going to be an interesting team, especially once we get Julian Edelman back.
Oh, yeah. Flip, what do you think? Who's your most improved team of the week this week?
I kind of want to give it to the Browns because, I mean, we saw that Baker Mayfield might have been the real deal last week.
Yeah.
But he kind of proved it to us. And this was a pretty high-scoring game. And he came out, he made some plays, kept them in there. I'll say it's either between the Browns and the Bears. I'll give it a tie.
All right. Now, for the ever so dreaded choke of the week. I think we all know what it is. We all know. Well, actually, you can count it to up to two of them. It's either Indy or Philly. I am going to have to say Indy was the choke of the week because they pretty much had the game in the palm of their damn hands. It was a horrible play call. A lot of people say, well, I'd rather tie than lose. I'd rather lose than tie, but I don't know about all that. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Just based off the fact that it was a bad play call, I'm gonna have to say Indy. What do you guys think? Who choked the worst this week?
I kind of want to give it. Shit, it could be a three-way tie, man. Can we just do a three-way tie?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Philly, and the Bucs. Because Bucs, I don't know, man. You don't get 48 put on the Bears.
Mitchell Trubisky's not meant to be messed around with, and it's not like the Bucs have a top-tier defense. I mean, maybe Mitchell Trubisky just had a good day. We'll just say that. We'll just say it was good. We'll just say it was good Bears instead of bad Bucs. But I mean, I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Some of that Fitzmagic transferred over to Trubisky, and I would not expect. I'll go on the list. Trubisky's not going to throw over 6 touchdowns again in the game with two. Granted, they got good players on offense. Like, he finally was, Burton's getting a touchdown. Allen Robinson, they got both the offseason. He scored. And that defense is terrific. If the Bears are very scary, if their offense can put up, at least 25, 30 points, that defense isn't gonna give much. So it's a very scary team if that offense clicks. But I don't think Trubisky has shown us consistently that they can do this week in and week out. I think it's a fluke performance. I don't think their offense is going to look that good every week. That defense will come to show up no matter what. But that offense can be points with. But yeah, you're right. There's so many chokes. I could say Philly. Philly giving up both fourth down.
Yeah.
They gave up a bunch of fourth down.
Yeah, the penalties killed them. The two penalties killed them too.
Yeah, but gosh, that was ridiculous. Letting Mariota get bounced back on you like that, giving up those points and stuff. I mean, they had, I don't know what was their biggest lead in that game, but they gave up 10 to 4.
I think it was 21 to 3 at one point, right?
Yeah, it was.
Or 20 to 3, I forget.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't the Lions give up a big run at the very end of the game to Zeke?
Yes, they did. And wait a minute, wasn't I the one who picked against you two? Didn't you guys both pick the Lions and I picked the Cowboys last week?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely probably didn't pick the Cowboys.
Yeah, the thing is, something told me that, I don't know what it was, something told me to pick them this way. I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to pick against them twice in a row because I picked against them enough. I said they're going to go 8-8 this year anyway, but, I mean, hell. Like I said, my better instinct told me to pick them this week, but I don't know about this. I don't know about week 5, but we'll see. Oh yeah, now before I get into my predictions for week 5, before we get into our week 5 predictions, I gotta address the elephant in the room. Like I got like 5 different inbox like, yo Jay, man, what's going on with the Steelers? The Steelers ain't looking too good. All right, let me be all right. Like this is a show where we can be honest, right? We can be 100% honest, right? All right, because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you're not looking on the bright side. You're being pessimistic." Yes, I'm looking on the bright side, but I'm also being realistic at the same time too. The Steelers right now are playing like hot garbage dumpster juice. Not to mention that 1-2-1 is not really a good. It's not terrible, but hey, there are some bright sides. I can look at the bright side. At least we're not 0-4. We started off worse and still made the playoffs. Our key players are 100% healthy. And Le'Veon Bell will come back at our bye week. He'll show up to camp. But the thing is, he's only doing this shit because he has to. And a lot of people are saying, well, everybody's saying the Steelers that they need to swallow their pride and pay Le'Veon Bell. I'm like, well, what difference does it make? We could pay Le'Veon Bell Bill Gates type of money. It's not going to matter how much we pay him or what difference he makes in the field if our defense, mainly our secondary, is getting carved up like a goddamn Christmas ham. That's not going to make no difference. And I say this, if the Steelers are not going to have a secondary, then we might as well just bring the house. We might as well just blitz up every damn play. And against like Matt Ryan and the Falcons, which we're gonna get to later, we're gonna need to, because now a lot of teams and coaches and stuff like that, they're watching game tape and they're keying in on us. And now they're not scared to throw down the field on us because they know that our secondary, our D-backs, they can't cover and deflect passes for beans. Our linebackers and our D-line, they're good. And also, Big Ben, I mean, the thing is, a lot of people are keying in on our offensive side of the ball, too. Without Bell, we're not versatile anymore. We've become one-dimensional. Either pass it in double coverage to AB or throw a straight route to Juju. That's the only way, and that's the only way that we can really move the ball down the field. James Conner's all right, but he's versatile as Bell is. He's good for a quick burst of speed. And Vance McDonald, while I mean he's not a fast guy or anything like that, but he's a beast. That dude's a tank. But I mean, I could talk about this all day long, but we really need to get it together.
Oh, you know what? Going off your question earlier about teams under 500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you worried? Do you think the Steelers should be worried?
Yes and no. Yes, because no, because like I said, we started off worse and still made the playoffs. Mind you, we probably had a better squad on defense then, but like I said, we'll get to that later. And yes, because like I said, our defensively, we got exposed in the first week of the season, because now teams are not scared to throw deep on us. So I think if we don't plug up those little holes in our ship, especially within the next 2 weeks, then I think that our chances of hitting the playoffs are going to be all but screwed over. Because my prediction about the Steelers being 12-4 this year, you pretty much already go ahead and just throw that out the window. Because there's only 12 games left in the season. And to make the playoffs, we need to win at least 9 of them. Can that happen? Yeah. Is it likely? We'll see. Anyway, before we get into our predictions, any other thoughts, comments, concerns, fellas?
I kind of wanted to ask you where you rank Drew Brees on your all-time QB.
Oh, man. Drew Brees, man, it doesn't matter. Win, lose, or draw. Drew Brees puts on a damn show. He puts on a show no matter what. Now, a lot of people saying that he's going to be done after this year, next year. The last thing to go on the quarterback is his arm. But, I mean, I'll go ahead and put Drew Brees in my top 10. But what about you?
He might be a top 5 QB, man.
Yeah. I won't lie.
I mean, it's not like he doesn't have a ring. He has a ring. He just doesn't have those regular season accolades. But his stats.
Yeah, he's a stats machine.
I think he's worthy of arguably a top 5 spot.
Yeah.
I think you can argue top 5. I think top 10 is like without a question. Top 8 probably, and then top 5 is where you can where it starts getting a little spicy. I mean, you can make an argument for like 5 other guys, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you can make an argument for Brees. But Brees is going to have after this, he's going to have every record. And
he'll be 39 though.
I think he'll be 30. I think he can do it. I think he can do it. I think with the running back situation they have there, there's less pressure on him to have to produce as much. And again, I think it helps. I think it makes a longevity for his career. I think having Ingram and Kamara, I think it's just. I think with the running back situation they have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's less pressure on him to have to produce as much.
Well, all right, fellas. Let's get to it. Thursday night football game. We got the New England Patriots going up against Indianapolis Colts. Flip, who you got?
Patriots at Colts?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah. All right, now, I will go ahead and say this. If this game was 10 years ago, I'd be excited.
Yeah. I mean, even if it was like 4 years ago, it'd be kind of a nice game.
Yeah.
I mean, Luck had a pretty good game last week.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really fault him, but I don't know.
Luck's been playing. I was gonna say Luck's been playing like increasingly better and better, and Luck. We've seen Luck have a lot of those big comeback games. But Luck always put up numbers in the garbage time and keeps it close, even if the Patriots get up on the road. I don't think Luck's gonna go away. It's easy. I think it's gonna be close. I think it might be a closer game than and if anything, the Colts Patriots game, even though you could argue that maybe it wasn't as good without Manning and that kind of old rivalry between them and Brady. The Colts, the most recent Colts and Patriots game, have been kind of entertaining in their own way. Lest we forget that crazy formation with just the center and quarterback lined up, and then everyone else on the right, and then the entire line is wide receivers off to the right. I mean, if we could just see that one more time on the match.
Man, this dude get fired after that. He got fired that year. I think it was Pagano, right?
Yeah.
It was Pagano. It was great. And the best thing was the best meme on that was the Tony face and Uncle Denzel face on both those guys. Oh man, it's fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that I don't feel like the Colts have the running game to pressure the Patriots like the Lions did, because I feel like the Lions had the game plan and they kind of just gave it away. So. I mean, Colts running back, I think, is 99. I think he's more of a passing back or receiving back than a really workhorse back. So I'm going to say that the Colts are going to kind of fall behind in this one, and the Patriots probably end up winning, let's say 27 to 17.
All right. Walter, what about you? Patriots, Colts. Who you got?
I think it's going to be the Patriots in this game. I believe we have Edelman back now finally. Brady's starting to get things clicking. I don't know what the status of Brock is. I know he got injured. And I don't know if he's going to be playing this game. So I don't know if the Patriots need him to beat the Colts, but I think Luck keeps it close as he always does. I'm going to go with the Patriots though, but this is still kind of a close game. With both teams on a short week. So I'm going to go Patriots 27, Colts 20.
Me, I got this a little bit more of a high-scoring affair. Kind of like it's going to be similar to when the when the Colts played the Texans last weekend. Now, of course, everybody knows, but I mean, the Patriots don't really need any introductions. But their secondary is looking just a tad suspect. Now, whether Andrew Luck can use his weapons to exploit that is remains to be seen. But the Colts, outside their linebackers, or their front line, they don't really have that much of a defense either. But I mean, it's going to be another one of those games. I've got the Patriots in this game, 31-27. Mm-hmm. All right, next up, we got the Tennessee Titans going up against the Buffalo Bills at home. Flip, who you got?
Oh, it doesn't matter if the Bills at home. They suck.
Yeah.
I think, what was it? Every team in the AFC East had like under 10 points or something last week.
Yeah, which was strange.
Yeah, they kind of they suck. The Titans should have this game. Mariota's still in his army game. Corey Davis is actually coming out as the wide receiver one for that team. I think the Bills are just going to get whooped again. I would say Titans win this one 20-7.
All right, Walter, who you got? Titans Bills.
Yeah, I like the Titans. Titans impressed me with that comeback victory against the Eagles. I like the Colts. I think Vrabel's done a great job. I think the Titans have talented guys all around. And Mariota, I think hopefully he's going to start turning it around after that great victory. Josh Allen kind of came back to earth, really flat against the Packers last week. I think still too much time. I think they're the toughest team in the world, better coach team. So I'm going to go Titans in this game, 23, Bills 14.
All right. Now, the Bills, come on, they got blown out by Green Bay, but Green Bay did what Green Bay was supposed to do. I mean, they came back from a loss last week and whooped ass. And the Titans, they held their own against the Super Bowl champs. And the Bills, they don't impress me. There's nothing about them really impressing me. Not even their running game. I mean, but that's pretty much the only way on offense they have to move the ball. No disrespect to the quarterback, that is. But yeah, Mariota, he's feeling himself again. Titans got the running game back under him, and their defense is solid. So go ahead and give me the Titans in this game, 28 to 10, Titans. Yeah, we'll see. Next up, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the Pittsburgh Steelers at Heinz Field. Flip, who you got?
I want to be nice, man. I want to be nice because the Steelers will win. But, man, this is something off, man. You guys be lazy on the guy.
Like I said, that's not going to stop our secondary from getting torched.
Yeah, I think Julio might be struggling to get to the red zone, but outside that red zone is a beast still.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin Ridley's a beast. I think they get Devontae Freeman back this week.
Yeah. And Matt Ryan, when he's in that red zone, when he's within 10 yards of the red zone, he's not scared to run it either.
Yeah, he's been producing in that red zone this year. I don't know. I think it might be a close game. I think it might be a shootout.
Yeah, because both these teams are under 500. 1-3 and 1-2. I know this is a strange ass game. Two top tier caliber teams have an under 500 record. That is hilarious.
Yeah, man, we're praising the Falcons a little bit in the beginning of season 2. But I gotta say that the Falcons. You know what? I'm going with the Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers to pull this one off. I'll say the Steelers beat the Falcons 34-31.
You're a little bit more generous than I am, but all right, I'll get to my prediction in a second. All right, Walter, who you got? Falcons, Steelers.
I agree with Flip. I think it's going to be a pretty high scoring game. I think this will be a game where Julio finds the end zone. He's going to do it. Probably going to do it against the secondary. Especially if they get Freeman back, 100%. I think the Falcons are off to the races. I think they're right now the overall better team. I think Matt Ryan's playing much better than they've been.
Oh yeah, by far.
But even though I like the receivers a little bit better on the Steelers side, I'm gonna go with the Falcons for this one. I think the Falcons have impressed me a little more this season, despite their 1-3 record, versus Steelers who had some lackluster games and haven't performed up to expectations. So I like the Falcons in this game. I'm gonna go Falcons 31, Pittsburgh 27.
Now, I have put my Steelers bias aside. I've looked at both teams' records, and I have been juggling with this ever since Sunday's games ended. And at this point, I'm like, who needs this? Who needs this win more? Who would hurt more from losing this game, and who actually would have a better chance at coming back in the next 6 to 8 weeks? Right now, me personally, I think that the Falcons need this win more than the Steelers do. I mean, at this point, anyway. I mean, you guys can chime in if you want to. I mean, what do you guys think? Who needs this win more?
I think the Steelers need to win more based on their schedule. I think the Steelers' schedule is tougher going forward than the Falcons' schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if the Steelers can get a win, then they got to take this win because it's going to be hard getting wins in the next for them. So get this win while you can. That's what I think. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be harder to get in the playoffs in the NFC than in the AFC.
Yeah, I think you need at least. I think you can maybe get in the playoffs in the AFC with 9 wins. I think the NFC you're probably going to need 10 wins. Oh yeah, I think that as far as schedules, well, Atlanta has more games they should win than the Steelers. I think based on schedule, I think the Falcons need to win more. But I think just based off of team morale, I think what it would do more for the confidence of, I think it'll do more for the Steelers' confidence if they beat the Falcons at home. So that's kind of a toss-up answer. But like I said, as far as our secondary, we've been exposed. Like Matt Ryan is not going to be scared to throw down the field on us. I mean, he can throw down 15. The only way that the Steelers can get lucky on the defensive side of the ball and they throw the ball deep is either if they double team Julio Jones or if they just pray to the football gods and hope that him or Mohamed Sanu drop the ball. And Julio hasn't really – well, Julio is good for maybe one drop a game, maybe, if you're lucky. Big Ben, this is depressing because it doesn't make sense for the Steelers to be in the position they're in with all the weapons and all the potential that they got. But I mean, they've been beat at Heinz Field before. You know, the past 2 out of the past 4 weeks they've been beat at Heinz Field. Have we won a home game yet? No, we have not, and that's a damn shame. But I think based off that, there's no time like the present. I think the Steelers may pull it out, but if they don't, then their season's in trouble because if they lose this game here, they're going to have to win the next 7 out of 8 games. And with, them going up against teams like the Saints and the Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers, it's hard. It's possible, but it's not likely. So go on ahead and give me the Steelers in this game, 31-28.
I'm gonna add in that I feel like the Steelers definitely need it more because they might be the weakest team in their division.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, I'm not mad at you because you're right. As of week 4, yes, they are the weakest team in the division, especially when you're talking defense, and when you're talking turnovers too. I think we've turned the ball over more times than all the other teams in the AFC North combined.
The Bengals are looking pretty good, man.
Yeah, the Bengals are tough. Yeah, they look real tough.
They're usually good in the regular season, and I'll definitely stand behind them during a lot of games in the regular season. But come wild card weekend, come the playoffs, I'm definitely ready to bet against them. I hope they do something.
Yeah. Like I said, football's unpredictable, man. But we'll see it going through the next 4 weeks of football. Now, next up, we got the Denver Broncos going up against the New York Jets. Flip, who you got?
This should be a Broncos game. The Jets, I don't know. They just seem like a pretty lackluster team as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold, I think he started playing too early. I think he needed a year to sit on the bench and kind of get used to things. Because he's just getting thrown up to the wall in each game.
Yeah.
You don't throw him out to the Jaguars before. Like, that's really terrible. The Broncos should have a pretty easy game, but knowing them, they'll probably make it close. So I would say that the Broncos win it 23-17.
All right. Walter Todd, who you got? Broncos, Jets.
Yeah, I'm very shocked that the Jets right now are the favorite, even though it's in New York.
Yeah.
The Broncos at least impressed me more so over the course of the season, especially after that tough loss to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Jets are having any favors with the schedule after facing the Jags. Now they got to go against the Broncos and Von Miller and them. It's going to be a rough showing. I think the Broncos run away with this. They may not put up many points on the board, but I think it's still going to be like a 21-7 game for the Broncos.
All right. Now, the Jets got stomped last week against the Jags as expected, and kudos to the Broncos because they put on a show against Kansas City, even though they lost. I thought that some miracle type stuff was going to happen at Mile High Stadium, but I mean, to no avail because the Chiefs are on a tear right now, but we'll get to them later. Case Keenum is actually doing work with his squad. He really is. I mean, he just needs to settle in just a little bit more, and then I think they'll be all right going forward. Will they win the division? I don't think so. But I mean, will they do good enough to probably make a 6th seed in the playoffs? In the AFC, it's possible, but I don't think it's very, very likely. And the Jets are just one of those teams who are anywhere from okay to terrible, below average, really. But based off the performance of both teams last week, go on ahead and give me the Denver Broncos 24-14 over the Jets. All right. Now we got us a heavyweight matchup, gentlemen. The Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Woo! Flip, you care to start us off?
Oh man, it's like, do I go with Jalen Ramsey in that defense? They're missing a couple pieces, I think now, right? I think they lost one on the D line.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. I think it's Cam Robinson.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, it's Mahomes, man. Dude, like the week before this, he does that rollout and runs back to the other side of the field and throws a bullet on the run, and then switches hands this week, throws it with his left hand. The dude is crazy. Man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's at Chiefs are at home, so I might have to go with the Chiefs here. Bortles, he's been having his little games. I think he might make it close because the Chiefs defense is kind of weak. I don't know if Bortles is playing behind them, but that defense might be able to hold Mahomes.
Yeah, but that running game, though, man, the Chiefs' running game is nasty.
I mean, all right, yeah.
I told you, yeah.
It's like, if we think about it, the Jaguars can hold Kelsey because they have linebackers that keep up with them. Jalen Ramsey is going to probably contain Tyreek Hill.
But Kareem Hunt, he can run around with, yeah.
Yeah, it might be a Kareem Hunt game. If Kareem Hunt can show up, I think the Chiefs win this. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say the Chiefs win it. It's a close game, I'll say think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be 17-13.
All right. Walter Top, who you got? Chiefs or Jags?
That's very interesting. So the Jacksonville got the number one pass defense, number two overall total defense in the league right now. But they're not getting the quarterback as much as they used to, as much as they were last year. So I think that's going to be the key thing here is if they can get to Mahomes and just rattle him, and which has been difficult because Mahomes has been chased around and he's been able to scramble and make plays and improvise. And I think that is going to be the key to see how many of those plays happen in this game. I don't know if Ramsey could shut down Tyreek Hill, if there's a play where it's an improvised play where the pocket breaks down and Mahomes has to scramble and guys have to just run their own routes in the dirt kind of thing. If they can score off that way, I don't know, but I don't trust Bortles. I don't trust that offense with the receivers. Please, obviously, I like Burnett, but the Jacksonville, I don't think they're 3-1, but I don't think this is it doesn't really convince me as a solid team. I don't trust it. I trust Kansas City and how well they've been playing. I think that they win this game. I think they surprisingly win it very handily, despite that defense. So I'm gonna go Kansas City in the 27, Jacksonville 17.
All right. Now you guys usually know that this is the part where I usually do my underdog pick, right? This is not one of those times. Like I was going back and forth. I'm like, do I want to pick the Jags in this game? Because the Patrick Mahomes train has got to run out of gas sometime, right? Right? Yeah, but probably not this week. But still, I'm looking forward to a competitive boxing match type of game between these teams. Like I said, you got. They're gonna have to double team Travis Kelce, which is pretty much gonna free up space for Tyreek Hill. But like I said, you're gonna have Kareem Hunt, breaking out probably 100, 120 yards rushing on the ground, which is gonna confuse the Jags offense. Confuse the Jags defense. And if you ask me who I trust right now, with it being, let's just say, here's a scenario: fourth quarter, 3.5 minutes left, and the game is tied. Who do you trust more with the ball at that point in the game? Me, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I trust the Chiefs and Mahomes better than I trust Bortles and the Jags with the ball and with that kind of time on their hands. But I'm looking forward to a hell of a game between these two. But I am gonna have to slightly edge the Chiefs in this game. Give me the Chiefs 28-23.
Bortles for the 23. That's big.
It's not. Is Leonard Fournette back?
He is, but he's still nursing an injury. I don't know if he's
Yeah, I think it might be a game time decision though. But if he does, that'll help Blake Bortles move. It'll help the Jags offense move the ball. But like I said, we'll see. That's why I got the Chiefs 5 points over the Jags. All right, next up, we got an NFC North divisional matchup. Green Bay Packers going up on the road against the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Flip, who you got? Packers, Lions.
I like the Packers always have the Lions number. Aaron Jones has been running real well for that team. I don't know if they're going to actually give him the backfield. I feel like they're still in that committee mode. Aaron Rodgers, he's done enough to win the games. But this Lions team is kind of interesting, man. Like I was saying last week, they have some pretty strong pieces, and they came back against that Dallas defense. They lost at the very end, but This might be a shootout, but I kind of want to give it to the Packers. I'm going to go with my gut feeling and say the Packers win this. I would say they beat the Lions 28-24, though.
All right. At Ford Field. All right. I see. What's the time for you got? Packers Lions.
Yeah, I like the Packers in this game. I think Aaron Jones will continue to get more and more touches as they work him back in the offense. I don't like Patricia in this setup, even at home. The Lions, I mean, they're at Ford Field, but Aaron Rodgers, I mean, after that Hail Mary, I think he's not worried about playing in that arena.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's even on one leg, even though it's still like acceptable. Like, I'm not sure. I'm really curious to see how Aaron Rodgers, what this injury turns out to be. He still doesn't look quite right, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get the true story until afterwards. I don't think it's gonna be a little situation where we find out about Aaron Rodgers, playing with a partially torn ACL at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So unless he takes a hit and something happens, I think the Packers, I still trust them traditionally against the Lions. I don't think they'll stop doing that. I'm gonna go Packers in this game. Packers 24, Detroit 17.
All right. Now these two teams beat the hell out of each other every single time. It never fails. And guess what? I love it. I love that kind of football, especially in my division. I mean, the AFC North and the NFC North are divisions that pretty much mirror each other perfectly on both sides of the ball. But it just seems like the Packers, they might have just a little bit more in the tank than the Lions, even though the Lions, they showed out against the Patriots. I don't think that Matt Patricia can solve the Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy puzzle. At least not yet. I don't think he solved it yet. And will he later on in the season? We'll see. But I think that as long as one thing that you do not want to give Aaron Rodgers is time. Time of possession and Aaron Rodgers is a defense's worst nightmare. You don't want to give Aaron Rodgers more than 5 seconds in that pocket. You got to make him uncomfortable because guess what? He will air it out on you. Guess what? That's why his name is Aaron Rodgers. He's airing the ball out on your ass. So, yeah. In the Detroit Lions, their defense is good, but, I mean, they're gonna need to make Aaron Rodgers. They're gonna need to make Aaron Rodgers uncomfortable. They're gonna have to sack and blitz him every chance they get, just to get him off his game. And it's gonna force them to run too, which their running game is pretty much on par with each other. Me, I got this game. Very, very close. Give me the Packers over the Lions, 24-23. Mm-hmm.
The Aaron Rodgers takes him down the field in the final minute and Mason Crosby kicks him.
Yep, pretty much. It's going to be one of those games where Aaron Rodgers gets the ball in the last 2 minutes of the game and works a Rodgers miracle.
Oh, that's fun to watch.
Yeah. Okay, now we have an AFC North divisional matchup. The Baltimore Ravens going on the road against the Cleveland Browns. Flip, who you got? Ravens, Browns.
Okay, before I answer this, how do you guys feel about the Raiders defense?
Oh man, they are underachieving like hell right now.
I feel like
when you're getting carved up by the Browns and Baker Mayfield, who's a rookie quarterback, when you get carved up by him, your ass is in trouble.
Yeah, I feel like this might be a testing game for Baker, where we finally see if he can actually command that team.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he's going to pull through. I think this is going to be a pretty bad game for the Browns. I think the Ravens are just going to torch them. John Brown and Michael Crabtree have looked great. their backfield's kind of weird right now because now we're just calling them fumbles.
Yeah.
In the doghouse, but I mean, either way, doesn't really matter. But Joe Flacco's actually looking like a quarterback again. Yeah, I don't trust the Browns in this one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say the Ravens win this one. I'll say 27. Or no, I'll say the Ravens win this 24-14.
All right. Walter Todd, who you got? Ravens, Browns.
I think this could be a really good game. I think it might be a secret dark horse for game of the week. I like the Ravens. Like Ravens defense and that offense has shown to be somewhat solid over the course of the season. I think John Brown has definitely been like a big pickup for this team. I think he's one of the better free agent signings for the squad. He's like, it's crazy. Essentially, kind of like Steve Smith. Steve Smith for the team.
Oh yeah.
Like receiver. And Flacco, they kind of saw this coming a little bit. I know Flacco likes throwing the deep ball, and I think with John Brown, and it should be working. So that is, I think the Ravens have one of the like 5 consistent kickers in the NFL at this point. There's really not many good field goal kickers or special teams. It seems like across the league, it seems like it's very few and hard between to find a kicker, and the Ravens got that. The Browns they're still interesting. They still got interesting pieces even after losing a guy like Josh Gordon. I don't know if Mayfield. I know he had those turnovers against the Raiders. I think he's going up against a tougher defense. Even if it is at home, I still like the Ravens. I think the Ravens are the best team. Give me the Ravens in this game, 27, Cleveland 14.
Now, it's no secret that me being a Steelers fan, I'm not too fond of either one of these teams, but I still watch because anytime you get two AFC North teams together, you're in for a treat, especially, on the defensive side of the ball. But lately, the offensive side of the ball has been getting the most attention, especially out of these two teams. Now, Baker Mayfield's got the youth, and the thing is, a lot of people are sleeping on the Browns' weapons and what they can do. They are showing out. Because come on, you got Jarvis Landry and you got Myles Garrett. On the defensive side of the ball. The thing is, the Browns are a team with potential, and they are not the laughingstock of the league anymore because they can actually hold their own. But it's just that the Ravens, they got a lot more experience, and I think that I think it's pretty fair to say that they got better coaching too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they got better coaching. Now, I have this game just a little bit more close-knit than you guys and maybe just a little bit lower scoring. But go on ahead and give me the Ravens in this game 20-17.
They could pull off some plays with Callaway making the DTM.
Yeah. All right. Now, next game. Ooh, this is another potential game of the week. The New York Giants going up against the Carolina Panthers. Flip, who you got?
Oh, man.
The Panthers are at home, by the way. So.
Oh, you said the Panthers are at home?
Yeah, Panthers are at home.
They just came off a bye week, too, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, they're fresh.
They're well read.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry to the Giants, but they just seem they're so weird, man. I don't know. I don't trust their team. Eli, I think Eli is finally regressing as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the fans have started blaming the O-line, but it might be an Eli problem.
Yeah.
So I don't trust Eli. Saquon's look good. I just don't think that. I just don't think that Eli can carry that team. and especially against the Panthers defense. It might not be the Panthers defense from a few years ago, but it's still a pretty good defense. Cam and Christian McCaffrey are a pretty nice duo in that backfield. Devin Funchess looks like a pretty solid wide receiver one. So yeah, I'm just gonna give it to the Panthers. I'll say they beat the Giants 23-13.
Oh, all right. Walter, who you got? Giants, Panthers.
I got the Panthers in this. Coming off the bye, well rested at home. After a solid performance, like a really Christian McCaffrey's best game as a pro the week before the bye. I think they're gonna continue on that against this Giants team. That's just defensively, I like the Giants, but just offensively, I haven't seen much from Eli this year. Despite having Barkley and Odell, it just seems like it's not there yet. He doesn't have the increment in there. Nothing makes me like the Giants in this situation. I think Panthers game it's gonna be at least a double-digit blowout. I think. It's gonna be probably 30. I can see him putting 30 up on the Giants.
Yeah.
They just don't impress me. I think Eli has like a more big game than this. Give me Panthers 30, Giants 20.
All right. We'll pretty much just take what you said. It's like the Giants, they can put up points, but they just can't stop anybody. I don't know what the heck it is. And, it seems like all you got to do is just touch Eli once and he freezes up. He gets sacked once in the game, he's never the same. So he's pretty much rattled for the rest of the game. So that line's going to have to protect him if they want a shot. Like I said, Cam Newton, he's fresh. His team's well rested. And their defense, especially with Luke Kuechly, they're looking pretty damn good. If the Giants pull this one off, it'll be a freaking miracle. And I don't think we've picked an underdog yet. And guess what? It's still not going to change. So go ahead and give me the Panthers in this game, 31-17 over the Giants. All right, next up, we got the Miami Dolphins going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are Paul Brown Stadium. Flip, who you got? Dolphins, Bengals.
Oh man, if you were to call me the Dolphins would be 3-1.
Yeah.
Going into week 5, I would have been really shocked. Oh man, they're definitely losing this game. The Bengals offense was really good. Tyler Boyd, Adrian Green, they lost Tyler Eifert.
Yeah, Tyler Eifert.
I mean, they still had Tyler Croft. I think they get Joe Mixon back this week too.
Yeah, it's a running back.
A great backup anyway, so it didn't really matter. The Dolphins offense was terrible. I think they threw like 130 yards with pass offense last week. I think they benched Tannehill last week too. The Bengals defense is looking pretty solid this year. I mean, they've had their games, like the one against 5 Glasses, but I mean, that's a high-powered offense, so I can't really fault them for that. Yeah, the Dolphins, they don't have it on offense and defense. This should be a pretty easy game for the Bengals. I'll say Bengals beat them 28-7.
All right. What's the time for you got? Dolphins, Bengals.
This is an easy game to pick.
Yeah.
Bengals all the way. Bengals have been so impressive this year. Dolphins, also 3-1. They just don't have to win against this team. The Bengals do. They played well against this team. They showed toughness coming back and winning games at the wire. I like the Bengals. I think AJ goes off in this game. I don't know if we're going to get Mixon. I'm not sure if Mixon's going to come back. If Mixon comes back, it might even be a bigger blowout, but this is going to be a two scores. I think it's going to be, I'll say Bengals 28, Dolphins 13.
All right. And just to think, people were saying that Marvin Lewis's job was going to be on the line last year. He wasn't even going to be here this year at all. That does not look like the case because they are playing like I bet you Marvin Lewis in that coaching room that meeting room every single day. Like, y'all better play y'all's asses out because my ass is on the line. And guess what? It is because they're playing like it. And Andy Dalton, he's looking like he want to make some noise this year. And the Bengals defense, guess what? It's the Bengals defense again. But I have to say, even though the Bengals defense is back to normal, I got to say the offense is more dangerous than the defense is. And while the Miami Dolphins have looked good up to this point, I don't think they picked a team with the caliber of with the Bengals, especially because the Bengals are playing good right now. And I just don't see where the Bengals have a clear-cut advantage in this game. I've looked, scanned it, done my research, and no go. I don't really see where is it possible for them to win? Absolutely, because any given Sunday. But it's just that the Bengals got more advantages and they got more momentum on their side than the Dolphins do in this game. So go ahead and give me the Bengals in this game 28 to 10. Bengals.
It's gonna be a 2-score game.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, next up, we got AFC West matchup. Raiders, Chargers. Flip, who you got?
I'll have to face Khalil Mack for 2 games a year.
Thank God that's over.
So happy. But man, we get Corey Legic back. That was the good news. He's back from suspension. He extended 4 games. Our D-line might actually hit a quarterback for one. Our offense, I don't know, man. Our offense is pretty solid when they want to be. Our special teams is wonky, though. I told you guys last week, I said, don't be surprised if the 49ers make this a close game on Wednesday. And it was a pretty big nail biter, man. But the Raiders suck to me. I said it at the beginning of the season. I didn't think they were going to be a great team. I think they were going to be a decent team. Derek Carr is a pretty horrible quarterback, if you ask me. Amari Cooper, I don't know if he's regressing or he's coming down to earth. He was not that great this year. Jordy Nelson has been better, and I think Jordy Nelson would be covered by anybody with a decent quarterback in the secondary. I think our defense, it gets that D-line bolster that it needs this week. Back Derek Carr enough. Pick them off a couple times, and our offense carries us. I would say Chargers win 31. No, I can't even say 31 because we are kickers. But all right, I would say Chargers win 26.
King is y'all's kicker, right? King is you guys' kicker, right?
Caleb Carter.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got us winning 26 17.
All right. Last time, who you got? Chargers or Raiders?
So it's interesting because I think the way the Raiders scored last week was kind of what I was envisioning for the Raiders. Like in Derek Carr, I think it's, a couple, 3 years removed, Derek Carr was a solid, stretch quarterback, and I'm not sure what happened. It's crazy, but he regressed a little bit, and Mike Cooper regressed a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if it turned the corner. And we'll see. So the Chargers, granted, they've played against really good offenses, and so they've given up a lot of points in some games. So we'll see if it's just a bad scheduling on their end, and they have good defense, but just haven't had a good chance to be showing it great offenses, or if the Chargers defense is a little bit suspect. If the Raiders come out and they put up at least 20 LA. I think if they could put up 27, I mean, the Raiders' offense on paper is better than the Niners, but I mean, I don't know. I do like the Chargers. I think this might be potentially a high-scoring game. Give me the Chargers 32. I think the Chargers score 4 touchdowns, and then but they're gonna go. All they're gonna do is go for 2-point conversions every time.
Oh.
So give me Chargers 32, Chargers 32, and the Raiders 26.
When you make your decision, or you make your decision, keep in mind that we're definitely going for 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And no field goal.
Yeah. And see, with that in mind, like, even you said, like, the Chargers, regardless of whether they're at home or not, they always find a way to kind of blow it. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I guess it depends on who they're going up against. But the Raiders are nowhere near where they were 2 years ago. I mean, 2 years ago, they were a postseason threat. Now, not so much. And the Chargers are looking like, outside of the Chiefs, they're looking like one of the more dangerous teams that can sneak up into the playoffs, or probably be like a 5th or 6th seed in the AFC this year. Derek Carr, he needs to get it together. He really does. I mean, he's got weapons. I don't know if it's just bad play calling or what. I mean, I think probably it's just bad play calling. This is the reason why the Raiders are in a worse position than they normally would be in. The Chargers are a pretty solid team. I mean, and Phillip Rivers, he's Phillip Rivers. I mean, what can you say? I mean, he's probably the most he's probably at like the bottom of the top tier or the top of the mid-tier quarterbacks, if that makes sense. He just needs something to get him over him and the Chargers need something to get him over that hump. And I don't know where the hell they're gonna be when he leaves in about a year or two. But we'll see. For me, I'm leaning more towards the Chargers in this game. Give me the Chargers. Give me the Chargers 30 to 21 in this game. All right, next up, we got Arizona Cardinals going up against the 49ers. Kind of a sleeper game this week, but oh well. Flip, who you got? Cards, Niners.
Who's starting quarterback for the Cardinals right now? Still Rosen?
I think it is.
Yeah.
It got David Johnson working in the offense now, so that's kind of a good sign for him. But the 49ers team kind of surprised me. He was pretty good out there, so I can't really fault him. I can't say that Patrick Peterson's going to eat him up because he turned the cards with Casey Hayward a little bit. Before Hayward knocked him out.
Yeah.
But this might be a close game. I kind of want to say it's going to be a close game, but I kind of want to say that I think that the Niners might pull this one off. Because I don't think David Johnson is one of those hard runners like Melvin Gordon was. So I don't think the Niners have to worry about him running over their linebackers. I won't say the Niners win this one. I'll go ahead and say the Niners win this one 23-17.
Now, if they had Jimmy G, I might agree with you, but I mean, we'll see about that. All right, Walter, what do you got? Do you got the Niners or do you got the Cards?
Come on now, this is the easiest game to pick. It's the easiest game to pick. The Niners have been competitive in every single game. They've been regardless of who's in quarterback. Like they've been competitive every game. They put up points despite that roster on paper that was telling us look like they can put points, but we got three of the fight. DreadMan, if I ask you to name the top 3 running backs in rushing yards right now, you know who they are?
Who?
All right, the first 2 are pretty obvious. Ezekiel Elliott and
Mm-hmm.
Guess who number 3 is?
Who?
Who number 3 is?
Who?
Matt Breida. Breida.
Wow.
Breida. It's right. You wouldn't expect that. He's the number 3 rusher in the league right now after four games. I mean, Alfred Morris is he's just terrible, but Breida's great. And Kittle again is continuing to be a really good tight end and lead the team. And CJ was just such a gamer last week. I can't say enough. Even though I was telling you all the Chargers are gonna blow us out, deep down in my heart, I was like, I think CJ might be able to pull out some magic. I saw him do it in some games before Jimmy G came in, and he did. He showed some stuff. He played pretty solid. And again, the Cardinals are just terrible team. Like even with like a couple of the pieces, the team's only averaging 9 points a game. And it's just it doesn't matter if Bradford or Rose out there. I think the Niners handily win this game. Give me the Niners 27, Cardinals 10.
Now with the way that the Niners are playing, which I'll give you, and with how limited the Cardinals are, and based off the fact the Niners are at home, the Niners should win this game. Keyword: they should win it, but will they? Now I'll go ahead and agree with you guys on your points right there. But aren't the Cardinals kind of due for a win?
Not really.
You know what? You guys are swaying me away from from this being my underdog pick. Y'all are making a good case for me not to pick the Cardinals this week. But guess what? Yeah. Because like the Cardinals, their running game isn't even as good as the 49ers is either at this point. And come on, the 49ers held their own against the Chargers, and that's saying something. Like the Cardinals, I mean, like I'm ashamed. I said they were going to be like 5-11 this year, like 4-12, something like this, because they just don't really have anything. So yeah, I was going to pick them as my underdog pick, but nah, y'all have swayed me. Go ahead and give me the Niners in this game, 27-9.
Oh
Yeah.
Nice.
Next up, this is the matchup that I've been waiting for. The Minnesota Vikings going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Flip, who you got?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this.
Vikings defense, man, that shit disappeared. That defense gone, man. And it feels like is it Lance Kendricks? I think that's or Eric Kendricks, right?
Eric Kendricks. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that dude. I don't know what it is, but teams have just been deciding that we're going to put a receiver on him, or we're just going to have a receiver on him and just make him run upfield, burning. That seems to be the game plan for every team. Cooper Kupp torching that dude last week. The Eagles, I don't know, man. Is it Xavier Rhodes? Because I swear he got hurt.
I think yeah.
Okay. Because I was definitely about to tweet out that the road's under construction.
Yeah.
This one's tough because both have pretty good offenses. Both should have good defenses, but the Eagles' defense is still pretty solid. The Vikings' defense has kind of been non-existent, but I feel like the Vikings just have a really high-powered offense in Cousins, Thielen, Rudolph, and Diggs. I'm not really a big fan of Dalvin Cook right now. I'm not really a big fan of Jay either.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks solid too. But I feel like this could be a toss-up, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that it's at Eagles home field, right?
Yep. It's in Philly.
You know what? Just because I want another ADP rant this week,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that the Vikings edge this one out 27-24.
Lord have mercy. All right, Walter Todd, who you got? Eagles or Vikes?
Yeah, so the Eagles' offense hasn't really impressed me at all this year. I mean, they haven't looked that good. Like I mean, they got good pieces, but um, you know, it just hasn't really clicked. I know, granted, they didn't have Alshon for good from the season, but you know, they just got wins back recently. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
still waiting for this team to look like the Super Bowl contender. I mean, it looks like the Super Bowl contender we all thought they'd come back to be, but
Yeah.
it just hasn't happened. Now, granted, Minnesota's defense has been completely trash this year, um, but it has not been good from what we expected. That offense is still pretty. That offense is still good. That offense from Minnesota, I like more than the Eagles in this game. The Eagles just don't. It is still off to me. And I even though they won, they haven't lost at home yet. I think they're gonna test the L this week. I like Minnesota in this game. Um, give me Minnesota 27 Eagles points.
Wow. All right.
Before you pick, I actually want to change something. I want to change it. I want to say the Vikings win 34-17.
Oh wow. Ooh.
And the reason why I feel like I just remembered they lost to the Saints in the
So?
playoffs, right? By that fluke, was it the fluke interception?
Yeah.
It was the Mets. Oh, it was the Mets.
No, it did beat them, right? Yeah, and then they lost to the Eagles in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I think this might be a revenge game for the Vikings. I think they're going to come out with their new quarterback. Kirk Cousins is going to show them, hey, we would have beat you last year if I was here. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a 34-17 game.
Okay.
They're still kind of recovering, the Eagles are.
Yeah. Let me just go off the record right now and just say I don't think that Kirk Cousins is as good as Case Keenum is, but we can go back and forth on that all day long. Because I don't think that he can. Well, I'm not saying. Well, I think that Case Keenum did a better job of utilizing the weapons than Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins is a good stand-in. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
I disagree.
you
I
just
gotta disagree with that one. Because I think Thielen is the leading receiver.
Adam Thielen. Oh yeah, Adam Thielen. Yeah, but then I mean, you notice how he's utilizing Adam Thielen more, but Case Keenum utilized Stephon Diggs more.
I think Keenum utilized Thielen more too.
You think so? I mean,
I think so. Yeah.
huh? I mean, but still, I mean, and like I said, that the Vikings defense is nothing to really sneeze at either. I mean, but I think that this might be the game where we see that the NFC and Super Bowl champion when the Eagles come back. I mean, if because come on, he can sling it to Nelson Aguilar. They have a 1-2 punch running game with Jay Ajayi and Coleman, I believe it is. And Zach Ertz is 100% healthy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, Zach Ertz is good. I think this might be another one of those shootout games. I mean, it's gonna be exciting. But it's also gonna be very, very close too. Go ahead and give me the Eagles in this game, 35-31. Yeah, I got this as a shootout, boys and girls. Now, next matchup, another in NFC West divisional matchup, and I don't think that people are going to give this game the credit it deserves because the Seahawks are looking lackluster. They're not looking like they used to, and because the Rams are looking like world beaters right now. But the Rams are on the road against the Seahawks. Flip, who you got? Rams, Hawks.
You have to use the answer this one.
Yes.
Look, man, you had Brandon Cooks, Todd Gurley, Robert Woods, and Cooper Kupp go off last week against the Vikings. There's no Earl Thomas to save you guys. Bobby Wagner is just stuck there on the defense by himself, basically. The Seahawks are getting torched.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson is getting killed. I think they've already played, right?
Did they?
I gotta one they've already played this year?
They have not played this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. We're talking about our predictions. Me and Jay were talking about our predictions. And I said that Wilson was going to get destroyed by the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Sue and Aaron Donald are going to kill Russell Wilson. They added new people to their O line, but Russell Wilson is going to die this week.
Yeah, he's going to be running like a scalded dog.
I can't even say don't be surprised when we see a lot of running passes. Aaron Donald, he doesn't care about that. He just throws them down instead of sitting on them.
Yeah.
This should be a huge blowout. I'll say Rams are probably going to win it 30-14.
Wow. All right. Walter Todd, who you got? Rams, Seahawks.
But I forgot this game was on the play when I talked about how the Niners was the most obvious pick this week. That'd be the second most obvious pick. The Rams over the Seahawks is the most obvious pick.
Yeah.
Unless this is like a trap game for the Rams, they just completely don't get the deal to show up. That's the only possible chance the Seahawks keep this close, let alone win this game. But I don't see that happening. I think the Rams get Toby back and Martin Peters. So it's just going to be it's not going to be a fun time for Russell. But I think he needs to fake the flu. I know the flu's probably starting to go around now. He needs to fake the flu. And just stay at home. Just not going to be a game. It's going to be fun for him. Give me the Rams in this game. 34. Seattle 17. They're going to run all of them. They're going to stop them.
Now, the Legion of Boom is officially no more. Especially with Earl Thomas breaking his leg last week again. And like I said,
what do you think about that?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Let's think about the corollary between him breaking his leg after holding out for a long time, and then obviously what Le'Veon Bell is doing.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have talked about that too, and then people are starting to see Le'Veon Bell's point. They're like, I told you so. But see, here's the thing. That's why, we discussed that with the whole Jimmy G situation. That man has a $137.8 million contract, and then he breaks his leg. He tears his ACL and he's out for the season. This is the reason why, a lot of team owners don't want to pay huge contracts. But, now you kind of see why Le'Veon Bell is holding out, because there's no guarantee. But see, here's the thing. Todd Gurley is getting paid more than Le'Veon Bell is. And if something were to happen to Todd Gurley, he still gets more guaranteed money than Le'Veon Bell does.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. At least match Gurley's out there.
Yeah. So, the thing is, I think that the Steelers' cap space is already maxed the hell out. But, yeah. But, yeah, it's just, but now I kind of see why, I see Bell's point, because there's no insurance, there's no guarantee. And the thing is, Bell says that he wants to preserve his body. But the thing is, look at the shelf life of running backs in the NFL. It's not that long, 5 to 10 years. And that's if you stay healthy.
Yeah, you're right. He's just trying to get paid while he can. That's it, though. You're trying to get paid while he can.
Yeah, he's got like one big contract left, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think that Bell is looking to retire at around age 31, 32 anyway. But that's neither here nor there. He's gonna be like a Barry Sanders type of guy who retired at age 31. So yeah, he runs a lot like Barry Sanders too. But yeah, anyway, back to the prediction of this Rams Seahawks game, which isn't really that much of a prediction. Like I said, their fate was pretty much sealed as soon as Earl Thomas got injured last week. And they still, the thing is, the Seahawks still have ways to move the ball, but it's just not going to be enough. It's going to be like, it's going to be like, well, the Seahawks hit them once and then the Rams hit them twice. They don't mind taking a punch to give 2 punches back. And I think that's pretty much what it's going to be. So go ahead and give me the Rams in this game, 31-17. And I'm being generous just because the Seahawks are at home. Next up, Sunday night primetime game, the Texas Bowl. We got the Dallas Cowboys on the road against the Houston Texans. Flip, who you got? Cowboys, Texans.
This is a weird one.
Yes, it is.
Deshaun Watson's been weird, but
Dak Prescott's been weirder.
yeah, that's always weird. We already knew that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say he's a flip, but I mean, he's Dak. He doesn't have any receivers to throw to, really, to be honest. He's got the Gallup dude, but he's still a rookie coming up, so you can't really rely on him too much.
Yeah. Zeke is Mr. Reliable. At this point, Zeke is Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, pretty much. Zeke on that wheel route. But I don't know, man. The Texans defense is still the Texans defense. I mean, as long as you got J.J. Watt and Clowney,
yeah, you got a chance.
Can't count you out, even though you're putting up a ton of points on them still. I think it's going to be one of those games where Dak is throwing 70-yard shots, and the Texans are going to come out and kind of go all out. So I feel like the Texans are going to pull ahead in this one. So I'll give it to the Texans. I think, I'll give it to the Texans. I'll say they beat the Cowboys 31-21. Yeah, 31-21.
All right.
20-21.
All right. What's the time for you got? Texans or Cowboys?
I like the Texans in this game. The Texans defense, by getting up those points, J.J. Watt and Clowney have been active last few games. So even though Cowboys had a solid win against Detroit, Dak played pretty well. I do like the trend of getting Ezekiel Elliott the ball more. They've been winning games where they've been beating their best player, and it's seems like a pretty easy solution when you think about it. But lo and behold, if you feed your best player the ball more, you give your team the best chance of success. So I just like the better pieces on Houston and how they played the last couple of games. Despite the loss to New York 2 weeks ago, I think the Colts win was big. I think they'll rally. Again, they kind of need to win this game more, like we talked about earlier with looking at the Steelers game.
Steelers or Falcons, yeah.
Against the Falcons, like which team needs to win more? Like, okay, so I think in that division, in the AFC South, there's already 2 teams that are 3-1 in that division.
Yeah.
You got the Titans, Jags, so it's like you're already 1-3. Like, any chance that at winning that division or staying in it, you kind of need to do so tonight, Sunday night. So give me the Texans in this game. I'll say Texans 27, Cowboys 23.
Now, the Cowboys are a flip-flop team. I've noticed in the pattern, it's win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. And I think that's going to be the case. I think that, all right, here's what Dak needs to do. Dak, he needs to go outside of his character. He needs to not be himself. Because you know how Dak likes to scramble and get out of the pocket? If he does that against J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, he's asking for a world of hurt. He needs to turn into a pocket passer this game. It's hard for him to do that because he doesn't really have any receivers to do that with. And Zeke, he likes that little play action with Zeke, or he likes to hand it off to him. But if he wants a chance, he needs to become a pocket passer quarterback. And the Cowboys defense is okay, but Deshaun Watson can air it out on them too. And the Texans running game isn't really that bad either. He's no The Texans running back is he's no Ezekiel Elliott, but I guess he'll do. He'll be good enough to get them in the end zone to get them a touchdown, especially if they're in the red zone. But still, this game, gentlemen, to me, this game is kind of a toss-up. But me, I'm going to give it a slight edge to the Houston Texans. Give me the Texans 27-24 over the Cowboys. 27-24. All right, and last but not least, we got the Washington Redskins going up against the New Orleans Saints at the Superdome. Flip, who you got?
Is it just me or have the Redskins been kind of tricky this year?
Yeah, they have. They beat the Packers. They lost to the Colts. Yeah, they've been very weird.
I don't want to bet against the Saints because Alvin Kamara, Beach, and Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. Yeah.
Yeah. This might be one of those games where you know, you pick your underdog pick every weekend. This might be my underdog pick. I might have to go with the Redskins to beat the Saints at home.
Wow.
I think Adrian Peterson might have a big game against them. Knowing him, he probably has a grudge against them.
Oh, yeah.
I think Alex Smith might show out a little bit. It just seems weird because the Saints offense is supposed to be high powered, but they have those times to stagnate. And I feel like this might be one of those games where they stagnate a little too much and they lose it. So I'm going to say the Redskins, the New Orleans Saints, 23 points.
All right. All right, Walter, who you got? Redskins or Saints?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Saints in this. I think they were coming from the Redskins. They despite that lackluster, like they haven't really looked too good. They they only give up around like 14, 15 points a game, whereas the Saints defense it's just they're giving up roughly 30 points a game. They're trash. I mean, and I do like the revenge aspect when it comes to Adrian Peterson going up against the Saints. He's going to be very highly motivated, especially coming off a bye. This is in New Orleans though. It's hard to pick against Breeze at home in the Superdome. Even though that defense for the Redskins has been good for their 3 games, I think to go with the Saints in this game. And to get Ingram back, which would be huge. I think that's going to change up the offense a little bit. Because they might lean more on the run game versus Breeze throwing it more. But I think Breeze gets enough yards to pass Peyton Manning on the all-time list. But it's still going to be a little bit more low scoring for the Saints purpose. But I still think they're going to win. I'm going to go Saints 23, Redskins 17.
All right. Now, I had to go back and forth with this myself. I don't think I've had I think I have had one underdog pick this week. Nah, I think all my picks have been safe picks this week, I believe, minus 1 or 2. But still, I don't think that I don't think that the Redskins defense has an answer for Alvin Kamara. But you guys are right about that whole. I think this might be a running back type of show for both teams. But if you ask me, I like the Saints' chances just a little bit more, and I think that Drew Brees is a little bit more of a better quarterback than Alex Smith is at this point in his career. Even though Alex Smith has been showing off, don't get me wrong. But like you said, like the teams that the Redskins have been weird this year. But then again, like I said, it's still early. I think this game is going to be closer than what people have it, but I still have the Saints coming out on top of this game. Give me the Saints 28-24 over the Redskins.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. Now, unless the Redskins can pull off a miracle and like force like 3 or 4 turnovers, then you can make a case for them winning. But I don't see because like one thing the Saints have been good at so far is holding on to the ball. But yeah, I mean I got the Saints by 4 points in this game. Now, fellas, that does it for the week predictions this week. You guys got any thoughts before we sign out?
I have faith in all our teams this week. I had all our teams winning. So
Yeah.
shout out to me.
I mean, you and me both. I think this might be one of the weeks where I get the majority of my games right because last week was a freaking disaster. Yeah.
It's been a crazy couple of weeks. So there's been like last week there was a lot of close games. There's a lot of overtime games, a lot of games won. Like as time expired, last minute field goals. So I don't know if this week's gonna bounce back and it's gonna be more like routine, like ho hum, like games where they're pretty much decided pretty early on. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, anyway, that'll do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Flip Waltertall, thank you guys as usual for being my guest. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you next week. Thank you. All right. Peace out.